Hi everyone, I'm Peggy Rometo and this is the Weekly Wake Up. Well, happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there as we celebrate it here in the US and all around the world, just giving a shout out to all the moms. So just want us to stop and slow down, check in. We always get a vibe of what's going on for us this week. What do we need to look out for? What do we need to pay attention to? What may be coming up that we need to be aware of so we can either avoid it or take advantage of it, or move around it, which way we're being asked to move in the moment so that we're supported. And we do this by learning how to listen to what's going on for us, being able to pay attention to how the universe talks to us and the way in which it moves us forward in a way that's either productive or not. So the more we can practice this process of being able to slow down, get dialed in, be able to trust ourselves, the easier it is for us to be able to remove the obstacles in our life and be able to just have everything be a little more user-friendly so we can get what we want in the world. So that's what we're interested in doing this week. We want to be able to slow down, tune in, see what's up for us. So let's start and just by taking 3 long breaths. With each breath we take, we want to let go. Allows us to become quiet and allows us to be able to perceive the information that's available for us, and then we'll be able to move forward. So let's try it. Okay, so right away there, I'm being shown just this closed door, and we're going to open this door, and we're going to greet the day, right? Open it up with the unexpected. So there's just changes that are going to happen this week, things that may shift or adjust, that may take you by surprise. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It could be a positive thing. It could be an offer of a friend for help. It could be somebody that you haven't seen or talked to in a long time reappears in your life. It could be news, right? Positive news. It could be somebody's pregnant. It could be somebody's engaged. It could be somebody's getting married and or has just recently, gotten married, and they're surprising you by telling you. So all these kind of like elements of surprise. And with that comes the negative, right? Like the pink slip, like the bank account, the breakup, the things that life throws you for a loop the other direction. So this is just about not doing your best to be present, but to be able to move forward and take care of obstacles before they show up, before they become an obstacle, right? So we all have those things that we know we're supposed to be doing in life, that we're supposed to be handling. You want to get those things handled. You don't want them to wait until they're up here at your chest, because then it makes it really hard to handle it effectively. You've cut your resources, you're limited. It's hard to see what to do when it's right here, when the pressure's on top of you. So if you know you have something coming up that needs to be done, work on it this week. If you know there's something that needs to be done, by the end of the month, start it this week. So the idea is don't procrastinate, because there's some hiccups that can happen that you don't know what you don't know, that you might be thinking, oh, I've got plenty of time to handle that. Maybe it's an exam, or maybe it's an opportunity to pitch a business meeting or something, right? And you might think, wow, it's planned for 3 weeks out or whatever, and I have plenty of time to work on that goal, to get the presentation together. But what you don't know is in those 2 weeks, there could be something that takes you out of your office, whether it's a surprise trip, whether it's a surprise illness, and you need to go have to help somebody. Maybe your car breaks down and now it's in the shop for 10 days and now you can't go handle all those things you were going to handle. So the bottom line is be progressive, be proactive. Things that need to get done, don't procrastinate. Start getting it done, because the universe is making this big shift that's going to happen. We do have energetically a new moon that's happening on May 15th, and it's a new moon in Taurus. And then there's also some additional new energy that's happening for us, which is Uranus is changing where it normally is, and it will be there for quite a while, for I'm not an astrologer, so I hesitate to say, but suffice to say, there's this big shift that's coming. And I can just feel it energetic wise. I can feel like there's going to be this shift that we get. And depending how prepared we are, that can be, something that knocks us on our butt, like surprise knocks you on your butt. Or like, wow, I'm prepared. I'm ready to go. I handled all this other stuff that needed to be handled. So now I've got time for you. I've got time for this, this opportunity or this emergency, which it can go either way, right? And it might be a little bit of both. Sometimes the opportunities feels like emergency and sometimes the emergencies feel like opportunities. So there's just this shift that's happening in the universe, and you're going to feel it this week. More likely middle of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there could be this information that comes up. The best way that I see these things happening is that you treat it like information. It's just information. It's information. It's in the background. For some of us, that's all it is. It's in the background. It's things that we may, maybe be given a notice that your rent's going up in 6 months, right? Or or the landlord is now wanting to move back in or sell the property. So now you've been put on notice and you have to be gone in 3 months, right? It's those kind of like sudden shifts, those right turns that we weren't expecting. And a lot of that energy has to do with old energy. If you can think of it positively in the way in which that particular planet works, that it's taking away the things that we don't need anymore. So any of the adjustments are like, oh, I'm supposed to say goodbye to that. Oh, wow. I don't need that. Oh, wow. It's asking me to pay attention, right? It's like that kind of a shift or sudden movement. So just know that if those sudden right-hand turns happen, because they're going to, it's called life, you want to be prepared. So the things that you do know you need to be working on or you need to be doing, do them. Make the time while you have the time. Use it, utilize it, get things done, be progressive, be proactive. This is also a really big creative energy, and I see it like this big circle that can, you just step into and sucks you in a really good productive way. So this is also really creative energy, which is good because creation helps us to problem solve, right? We now, if we have a problem, we can use the creative energy to figure our way out of it, right? Or to see solutions that maybe we didn't see before. So this can be a really good energy. So I don't want you to go like, oh my God, like white knuckle it all week. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, you know what? Come prepared for action. Get things done, move forward, feel good, feel excited. And those of you guys that feel energy, can you feel the energy right now as I'm talking? I can really feel it coming in. And for some of you that maybe are new to this, it might feel almost like cool energy, like tingling coming up your body or up your arms or your legs, just like it's a little vibrational pattern. It's just it's what happens when I call it when you hit the vein, when you hit the truth, right? You get this whole like, whoa, I can feel that, right? And as you become more sensitive to the feeling sense, clairsentience, that opens up a little bit more. So for yourself, a lot of times it's helpful if you're trying to work something out in your mind, if you start to talk out loud and you start to hit that vein of truth, your body starts to align with it and you start to feel like, oh yeah, that feels right, that sounds right, right? So just a little intuitive tip there to help you as you may work out your week. If I should be doing this, should I be doing that? Say to a friend, can I work something out with you? Can I talk out loud with you about something as I brainstorm? And as you do that, when your words land, you'll feel it in the body, right? You'll start to cultivate that part of yourself. And the more that you do that, the more accustomed you will be in listening to that nuance of truth, right? And it's going to help to guide you around obstacles or that you make the right choices. And we don't have then as much to go back and redo and just life works better. So just a little energy, vibrational tip there for you, intuitive tip. So let's see what else is coming up this week that we may need to be aware of or excited about. So there's a tool that's coming in that's, I feel like on Wednesday, the positive aspect that's going to help you. It may be a person that shows up to, like, let's say that you have a problem with like your salon. Let's say you're a hairdresser and you have a problem with your salon. I feel like, oh, the drain's not working or this problem over here or this reconfiguration, like the right person shows up to reconfigure the space, right? So I feel like for some of you, you may be dealing with construction or challenging issues in the home. I feel like the right person comes up to make the adjustment or the change. It could be in life. It could be the right therapist shows up, the right medical doctor shows up. It could be that the right engineer shows up. It could be just that the right healer shows up. It could be something more simple, like you get the right app, or you get the right computer program or the right person to run those programs for you. So there's a person that's showing up, a physical person. It feels like for some of us it will be more technology that shows up to support us. So just know there's this opportunity for some support wherever you need it in your life. There's some place that you particularly need that's going to get some help this week, midweek, that's going to show up. Okay, so let's see what else is in store for us this week. For those of you that have really dynamic personalities, right, and you can be really impulsive, you just want to kind of like diffuse that this week. Two reasons why: because some people have this big impulse to spend a lot of money. Other people may impulse to jump down the throat of somebody inappropriately. Some of us may have the impulse to be over the top. Just over the top. You just want to diffuse that part of your personality this week. You just want to kind of like pull it back because there's an opportunity for it to be too much energy and could come back on us, embarrass us. Maybe people misinterpret what we're saying. It's just be aware. Less is more. Okay, so just kind of diffuse. For those of you that know that you can get really big in the world, just diffuse a little bit, pull it back a little bit, be a little more reserved, get the lay of the land, see what's going on. Don't just assume that you know, and don't just run in and take over. It could be a trap, right? Whether somebody is assuming you would do that and they're set up and ready for you, right? Just to slice and dice you. And now you're showing up differently. You're being calm. You're asking, you're inquiring, you're not assuming. So this could be a partner, a relationship, or a business partner that is ready to, you do that one more time, I'm going to unleash on you, and you don't know that that's what they're thinking. Could create a real snap or a break in the relationship. So you just want to be aware. Just check yourself this week, right? From extremes. Just check yourself from high extremes, low extremes. Be more aware of the subtle realms and the subtleties of other people and what's going on around you. That's going to help you to bring your best self to the game. It's really important. Let's see if there's anything else for us this week. Yeah, some of you are going to have some really good, this can be really good for money too. Some of you can have some real money come in, real positive money shift or money come into you. So unexpected money. So just be aware there can be some unexpected money that shows up for you this week. And whether that's a loan or whether it's a gift or whether it's just a surprise money, like hitting a lottery or something like that. But just this can be this surprise money. Some of you may sell a property or sell some items that you have. So just know there's this nice shift or get a loan in that you've applied for. So there could actually be some good money that comes up or shows up this week. And we've got that duality of this intense energy. So for some, it could be the opposite. It could be like you could be hit with a big bill, like something that you forgot about, a hospital bill, or an expensive car, or a bill for repair. Or a doctor's bill. There's all these just different surprises. Something happens with the roof. There could be, bad weather. So there's this sudden shift in energy. Okay, so let me see if there's anything else for the week. Well, they're just showing me like a really nice sparkling weekend, like sparkling week that comes up next weekend. Just sparkling. Just sparkling, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just this really sparkling energy that opens up and that is real, at the same time takes you in, so you can go in and you can really see very clearly what you need to do, what needs to be changed, parts of the self that need to be amplified, need to turn up that volume. Wow, I do this really well. I see that about myself. I'm going to do more of that. And wow, I don't do this so well. I need to hand that off and be a little bit different about it, right? So there's an opportunity to really check ourselves this weekend, really see ourselves, really see the ego, so that we can love that part of ourselves, and at the same time just be, tone it down, be able to temper it. That part of the self that's not so great, because we all have it. All right, you guys. It's a really good energy, really positive. It's really powerful. It can be, like I said, if you're unarmed and unaware, then it can be shocking, right? So you guys aren't unarmed or unaware because you're here listening to this and you're paying attention and you're training yourself to pay attention. So it's kind of like an animal in a storm, right? They sense something is coming. Okay, so I'm going to take cover and it comes by, but meanwhile I'm taking cover, I'm doing all these other things that need to be done and are good, and I don't even realize it rained out, right? Or I don't even realize this happened or that happened. I come out, everything's fine because all my stuff is tied down. It's already handled, right? I knew, like living in Florida, for example, I knew when hurricanes were coming because they would let us know and we would go ahead and we would make all the arrangements. You board up your house, you did whatever you need to do, you put your lawn furniture in the pool, right? So if a hurricane came, you were fine. You were inside, you were hunkered down with the family, and said a few prayers and hopefully nobody got hurt or the hurricane turned, right? So it can be like that level of intensity of preparation, or it can be just really like you don't know, and then even the good things catch you by surprise. So if you're not paying attention, then even if it's something really great, you're not prepared for it because it lands, you've got to take care of the opportunity now, and you have all these other things that were unfinished and you're not ready for the opportunity. So even when opportunity knocks, you got to be organized. So this week, you want to be aware, you want to be organized, and do everything that you can do that you know you need to be doing now. And then that way, whatever shows up, whether it's a big opportunity or an emergency, we've got the energy and the capacity to deal with it and to be level-headed through it and to treat it as just as information. And that way we can get most of the knowledge that we can out of it. We're able to stay grounded. We're able to receive the information about how to handle this situation. There's so much creative energy that even if it is what we would equate emergency, like, oh my God, a check went through my account and I didn't know about it and now I've got insufficient funds. What am I going to do? Right? Like those are, no small emergencies, right? They're things that we've got to have money in our account. So, but they can be shocking if we're not like paying attention going, oh yeah, I forgot I post-dated that check and it's hitting this week, right? Like those sorts of things can be emergencies. It doesn't have to be big and alarming and horrific, right? It's an emergency in your world, not, this is individual to you. So and it doesn't have to be an emergency. It can be an opportunity for you. Bottom line is change is happening and we have to take care of ourselves. Be aware, do what you can today, be organized, and enjoy, right? Always enjoy. All right, you guys, have an amazing week. Enjoy this energy. Let it lift you up and carry you forward. Have a fabulous week, and I look forward to connecting with you again next week. And moms, take care of yourself today. Have fun, enjoy yourself, and lots of love to you and all the love that you give to everybody in your life. And I hope you take time and give it to yourself too. All right, have a good one, everybody. Bye.